Hi friends, welcome back or welcome if it is your first time here. Today I'm going to be trying a couple new bits that I saw Body Collection had. I went into Walco the other day and saw that they had a new summer collection, so I wanted to grab it and test it out. And yeah, anything that I don't have I'm just going to fill in with some products that maybe I haven't used in a while, I don't know. But yeah, it's just going to be a little bit of trying new stuff, a little bit of a get ready with me. We have a lot of stuff to chat about, some very sad things unfortunately. But yeah, let's just get into the video. Okay, so firstly I just need to put on something for my lips because they are so dry. I'm gonna quickly just put on this Essence Hardcore lip balm. I have my Revolution Rollerball one I think in my bag. So, okay, you might notice, I don't know if you can see it, I don't know if it's in frame or not, but over here I have my drawers now. I actually sorted them all out. I didn't film it as a declutter because honestly just a lot of stuff has been going on, and I was just sort of like sorting some bits. But yeah, I have all of my stuff over here now, so it's a bit easier for me to grab, and also there's more space on my table. I'm going to do some brow stuff. I'm actually going to use my Technic Brow Fixer today. I haven't used this in a very long time, and it kind of fits because we're testing Body Collection stuff today. And if you didn't know, Technic is Body Collection's sister brand. So this is what this stuff looks like. It's just like a clear gel. You don't have to wet it or anything. You just go straight in. And let me bring you closer. I'm just going to run this back and forth into my brows to make sure that I really get it in there and get them stuck up. I'm also doing this before my base today. I normally do my brows like pretty much the very last step, but recently I've been having some problems with my brows where like the products I'm using will sort of like mist above it. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it'll make like a sort of like mist looking thing, like not like a mist, but like I don't know how to describe it. Like everything will just sort of like smudge upwards, and like my brows look kind of shit and then they're not holding. So I want to do it before anything today so I can make sure that they're actually looking good. Just gonna take a wipe and just clean up under my brow just to make sure I don't have any funny stuff going on with my makeup. And then because I need the coverage on my eyes today, because my eyes have been very dark for the last like week, I've been crying a lot, so I'm just going to use my Catrice True Skin Concealer on here, and then I'm going to use a bit of my Collection Hydrating Serum Concealer on here, just because my eyes have been a bit dry. So as we're doing our makeup, I guess we'll chat as well. I'll probably just talk a lot and then edit like a load out of it later. That's what I normally tend to do. But it's been a very hectic week for me. Yeah, it's Sunday, the day that I'm filming this. I have a whole lot of other like pre-filmed videos, but I think I might try and edit this one to get out first, just to let you all know sort of like what's going on, and like I might not be uploading very often for a while. Like I don't really know what's gonna happen. Okay, eyes are primed. Now we're gonna go in with the eyeshadow palette, which I'm very excited for. It has been probably about 2 years since I tried Body Collection eyeshadows, so this is what we have. This is the Body Collection Summer Dream eyeshadow palette. So when I saw it I was very intrigued. It looks very different to their other palettes, and this is what it looks like on the inside. So you have like some nice warm neutrals, you have a little bit of green. It is very like summery and like tropical, that's what it reminds me of. But also you could definitely transition this into like an autumn palette, like with the sort of like deeper colors and the greens and the reds. Like it's definitely like quite versatile. But this is what we're going to do a look with today. I put on this green top because I knew we were going to be using this palette, and I figured I'd probably want to use like the greens or something. But yeah, I'll try and find the price online because I actually bought this stuff a little while ago, so I can't remember off the top of my head. So I'm going to try and use as many shades as I possibly can. I do not have anything planned. Like I have no idea what kind of look I'm going to do. I tend to always come into these videos not knowing because I just try and use like every shade. Yeah. So we have a cream shade down here, a cream matte, which I'm just going to start off putting that sort of like under my brow bone, just like so we use it. So how many shades do you get in here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17? Yeah, it's a 17 shade palette, which is a little bit weird. How many mattes and shimmers do you get in here? You know, it's kind of hard to tell because some of them, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but they have like this weird liner texture on them, and I don't know if that's a matte or a shimmer. Like, they look different textures. Like, you've got a shimmer down here that looks more sort of like subtle and smooth, and then you've got like more sort of like chunky looking ones. So yeah, I'm not actually sure how many are mattes and how many are shimmers. Using the same brush, I am going to take this shade as my transition. It's kind of like a peachy pink. Can you see it there? Like, it looks darker where I've tapped in my brush. I really hope you can see that, but I'm going to use this as my sort of transition. Ooh. Oh wow, nicely pigmented that. But yeah, no, I've been traveling about all week, not for like a holiday or anything. It was like a family emergency, so I had to go all the way up to Wales from Liverpool. I had to make the journey like once on Tuesday by car. My brother come and picked me up, and then I had to go down again on Wednesday by train, and I stayed up there until Friday. So today's Sunday, so it's been a pretty hectic week traveling up and down and up and down, and me and Cam took the dogs on the train, and that was a bit of a nightmare because they've never been on a train before. But yeah, it was all right. This color is very pretty. It's kind of giving me like a neon vibe. I really like it. Now I guess I really can't get over how it looks darker in the middle. I really can't get over that. I'm gonna go into this shade now, I guess. It's just sort of like a transition, isn't it? And then, I don't know, pop that out here. Oh, that is nicely pigmented. That's blended nicely, and it has like a really nice amount of pigment, like more than I was expecting it to. That looks pretty. Okay, now I'm going to swap brushes because I think I want to keep the next color a bit more concentrated. So now... Now I just accidentally touched one. Holy shit, that looks pigmented. It was this one. Wow, look at that. That can go on for days, that. Very creamy. Holy shit, that was an accident. I didn't even mean to touch it. Now I'm going to grab this shade, which is kind of like a khaki shade. It looks pretty. And I'm going to pop that. Oh, here. Oh my god. Look at the pigment on it. This is crazy. It's got some nice depth to it as well, and I do feel like I'm able to build it up. These shades are very sort of like, they're very buildable, like they sort of like go a long way, like how you saw it on my hand, like it just sort of stretches. Kind of just making like a wing shape with this. I'm sort of going over that brown that I put down before, but that's okay. I'll use it to transition this green into the pink. Well, the peachy pink. That looks very nice. Going in with this smaller brush again, I'm going to hop in to this brown shade that we used to transition, and I'm just going to hop in and just pop it in between the green and the peach. I'm going to take my bigger brush and go back in with my peach, which was the first shade I used. I'm just going to use this to reblend everything. So we have, I don't know if this one is a shimmer. Oh my god, that feels like a cream. That is it a matte or a shimmer? It's so pretty though. I'm very tempted. And then we've got like some blue. Oh my god, they feel like cream. Are they cream? They genuinely feel like it. Oh my god. Okay. Very pretty. This one looks almost like duo creamy. I feel like that's the lighter one that I just swatched. This one doesn't feel as creamy. Yeah. They're sort of like bluey green. I like those. Can't tell if they're mattes or not. I think they might be matte creams. Yeah, I think they are. I think they're matte creams. But that is pretty much all of the shades in the palette swatch, apart from like the mattes, the ones that we use. Let me just swatch those quickly. So everything aside from the cream shade. Wow, that is such a pigmented palette, and I was very shocked to see that there were creams. I don't think that says anywhere. Like, it doesn't say anywhere that there are cream shadows in here, but there definitely are. So that is very exciting. I wish I'd have used one of those. I'm kind of tempted to use a little bit of the dark brown cream. I think I actually will. So I'm going to take a bit of this one on my brush. I don't use cream shadows very often, so we'll see how this goes. I'm going to like put that in here, I think. Just to like deepen out here it all. Oh, it's such a nice colour though. It's like a proper rich chocolatey brown. Oh, it's so nice. And then I'm not gonna lie, I really want to put this like mint green on my lid. So I'm gonna use a flat brush to start off with. I'm gonna pick up that mint green. I wanna see how this applies with a brush. Okay, I'm gonna use my finger then. Oh yeah, that does feel a bit dried out. It has a lot of pigment in it though. It's just a little bit dry. I think I might wet my brush super quick and then go in with it when it's wet. Just see if I can try and help this cream along. So I just wet my brush. Let's see. Is that better? Yeah, I think that's better. Oh wow, yeah. Yeah. It sort of like relivened it, made it a bit more creamy again. I'm kind of tempted to take a small brush and wet like one of the gold and sort of like do it in here. Which gold though? This one's sort of like more of a greeny gold, so I think I'm going to take that one. It's just on my brush, and then I am going to wet it. A little bit of water. I'm just going to try and do it in here. I really like that. Like, that's so pretty. I really like the green gold aspect of it. Okay, now what? I could do like a liner or something as well, just so we use some more shades. What are we thinking? I could do like a red liner. Would that be too much with the green? Or I could do like a really dark green liner. Let's try that, I think. We'll try a bit of a dark green liner and see what happens. So I'm going to try and take this one, which I think is also a cream, and use that as like a bit of a like liner situation. I'm a bit scared. I really quite like shimmery liner. I mean, it's definitely showing up. You can definitely see it. Like, you can see the color difference. I think that will do for the eyes, and I really like this look. I really rate this palette. I've tried, how many shades did we even try in the end? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've tried 9 shades out of the 17 pound palette, and I might use a couple more on the bottom lash line and obviously like the inner corner. But so far, very impressed, and I really like the look that I've come up with, and this is the most exciting makeup I've done in a while, and I really like it. So I'm just going to clean up my eyes, put on a primer because I don't have a new one, I don't believe, and then we'll come back to test the new sort of like moisturizing tinted moisturizer thing from Body Collection. So see you in a sec. Okay, so I primed half of my face. I primed the right side, which is your guys' left. I used the Essence Catching Clouds Cloud Touch Mousse Primer. It basically like fills pores, so you can see a difference like side to side. Like this side looks smoother and more matte, and like there's less pores, whereas this side is a bit more textury. I also have the dogs now, and you might see the scratches on my shoulder from Lilith, who is right here by the window. But I used a poreless sort of matte primer because today we are trying this. So this is also from the summer collection because it has the leaves. This is the Body Collection Glow Tinted Moisturizer. I have mine in the shade 01 Light, but if you ask me, it looks a little bit dark. I've tried another thing like this from Body Collection. It was called like this airbrush thing, and their light shade was too dark as well. So we'll see how this goes, but so far they don't have the best track record with shades. It's in this squeezy tube, and I'm gonna squirt some just straight on my face. I guess I'll start using a brush. Because it is a tinted moisturizer, I'm not really expecting it to have a lot of coverage, but it just says on here that it helps skin stay hydrated whilst providing a light tinted glow to the skin. You okay? But look at the shade. The shade is orange. Like, that is not light. That's just orange. Oh, it is definitely very, very glowy with not a lot of coverage. Basically no coverage. Okay. Okay, so this is one side of my face with it on. You can obviously see the color discrepancy. It is way too orange for my pale skin, and it is extremely luminous, like very, very glowy. I'm really sorry about the dogs as well. I know that you can hear them and probably see them in the background. They're just goofballs. But yeah, it has pretty much no coverage to it, and it is like way glowy. Like, you can see all of my rosacea, redness, blemishes. Like, you can see everything. I'm gonna try it now as well with a sponge. Cam! Okay, I kicked out the dogs. They were way too distracting. So now I want to try the other side with a sponge, because that's always my preferred method. My favourite sponge is this one from I can't even say it. Eco Tools. It's this like biodegradable blender. This one, I need a new one because this one's getting a bit messed up. But I'm going to do about the same on this side. I always say this with squeezy tubes. I personally don't like them because I can't tell how much product I'm using. So like normally I'll be like a pump on this side, a pump on that side. That's how much I know to use. Whereas with squeezy tubes, you don't know how much you're putting on, so you can never sort of get the same result. But remember as well that this side, it doesn't have any primer on, so we're just going to see this by itself. To be completely honest with you, and I don't want to be a bummer or a downer, but this is definitely more like a primer to me, or like a liquid highlighter or a liquid illuminator. Like, look at my face right now. I could not go out like this. I look so shiny. If you like this sort of thing, like the full-on shiny, not a lot of coverage, then I mean, give this a go, but the shades are a bit sort of like off. But for me personally, it's just, I can't wear this out. Like, I can try and save it with concealer, but I just feel like my face needs more than this. I mean, let's try. Let me just put some concealer on first. I'm going to use a mixture of these two, my Catrice True Skin and the Collection one. I use these under my eyes. I mean, like, to prime my eyes, sorry. And this keeps creasing, but I think it's like set like that, so I can't get it out, which is a little bit of a bummer. So now we have a minute to chat whilst I put all of my face products on. The reason why we sort of need to talk in this video is because some stuff has been going on in my life recently. So I found out from my brother about 3 weeks ago that my dad went into hospital. He went in because he had had a minor heart attack, and they thought he had an infection. Well, he did have an infection. He had sepsis. So he went into hospital about 3 weeks ago, and he was like getting better, and then he got COVID whilst in hospital, and then he sort of got a bit worse again, got better again, and then got worse again. So then he was having a really hard time in hospital. His vital signs were very low and very bad. They thought they were going to put him in the ICU and put him in a coma, but then they decided that they couldn't do that because he was too weak. And then on this Tuesday, my brother went up to visit because he lives in London. I live in Liverpool. My dad lives in Wales. So my brother went up to visit him, and he said, he gave me a call and was like, Kate, you really need to come see him. So on Tuesday, I went straight up there to see him, and he was like very out of it. Like, he was just kind of sleeping, but he could still talk a little. And then on Wednesday, they told us that he had advanced bone cancer, and that there was basically nothing that they could do for him. and that he probably wouldn't see it till the end of day on Friday. So we found that out on Wednesday, which was obviously a very big shock to everyone because no one expected that. And then sort of on Wednesday and Thursday he was just like asleep, like he wasn't awake, he wasn't with it at all. And then sadly the doctors got it right because on Friday morning my dad passed away. So it's Sunday when I'm filming this, and honestly I think I want just a distraction because, like I mentioned, like on Tuesday I went up to Wales and then I came home, and then on Wednesday I went up to Wales and I stayed there until Friday, and then Friday we came home. So it's been a busy week for me, and I had like a rest day yesterday, but honestly like I just need to have my mind off of it. So yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know because I'm probably not going to be uploading as often because obviously now we're sort of like planning the funeral and stuff. I don't know when that will be because my uncle, he actually came to see him and he had COVID, and we're all worried now that he's given us COVID. So yeah, it's just all shit right now. I'm sorry, I know that's quite heavy, but I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on in my life because like if there's videos or like a week or something where I don't post a video, like that's why. It's cause just shit is going on. Obviously I'm gonna have to travel back up again for the funeral, and it's just a lot. It's just very unexpected and a lot. But anyway, back to the makeup. I've sort of saved it with concealer. It's still a bit glowy, and I kind of get the feeling that when I put powder on it's not going to look very good because I feel like you can still see my rosacea. Like I feel like this base situation that I've got on is just way too sort of like lightweight for my eyes. Speaking of my eyes, this is just repeatedly creasing and it's annoying me. I've tried several times to like blend it out, take my product and blend it out. It doesn't seem to want to. It wants to just crease, so that is very annoying. I mean, if I have my eyes like this it's fine because you can't notice, but if I look up or close them I'm sure you'd be able to see them. But to be honest, sometimes I don't mind that. Like I feel like my eyeshadow creases quite a lot. I don't know if I've got like super creasy eyes or something. But anyway, the next new thing we have to try is a liquid blush. This is from Body Collection, again their Summer Dreams collection. You can see because it has this little holographic packaging. And this is just a liquid blusher. I have mine in the shade Coral Pink. I think they had 2 shades. And this is what this looks like. Ooh. It feels very like gel-like. Oh, and I just completely blended it away. Okay. We're going to give this a go. I'm going to try it first on a brush because I don't want to like swipe. Oh, it smells kind of chemically. I don't want to swipe it on my face and then sort of like leave marks. This is what it looks like on my brush. I'm a bit scared. I don't want to put like too much on the one cheek, so I'm just going to dot that about. Ooh. Oh, that blends into a very pretty colour. It's sort of like a very sort of like flushed colour. It's almost like reminiscent of my rosacea, which I'm not gonna lie is not my favourite shade. But they had another shade, I'm not really sure what it looked like. I think it was deeper. It was very hard to tell in the store because I couldn't really tell what the shades were because obviously they've got like the frosted bottles and shades. Like they look different when it's like all together like this versus when like a small amount is being applied onto like your cheeks. But that shade is, I like the formula. It looks still quite glowy. It's very nice to blend out. Like there's no sort of like patchiness or anything. Like it looks good. I think it's just the shade is really throwing me off. It could also be because like the rest of my base isn't like super full coverage, so like my imperfections and stuff, they aren't super covered. But to me it just is very reminiscent of my like rosacea, like the natural pinkness that I already have in my face. That, I mean, it's pretty, and I think I might like it better on like a full coverage kind of thing, but for right now, I don't know. It's a bit luminous as well, but I don't think it's like super luminous, which is very nice, because well, now I've got a liquid highlighter to try. This is from Technic. This is their highlighter wand. I have mine in the shade Beam Me Up, so let's have a look at this. I really hope this is going to be an okay shade for me. Holy fuckheads. Okay, I feel like I can feel like grit in it, but I'm not sure. Does it have like small amounts of shimmer in there? Maybe. That is, wow, wowza, wowza, wowza. Okay, I'm gonna, I think, like take a really small bit on my finger. I never blend stuff out with my fingers, I just don't like it, but we'll try. Oh wow, that's really just like blending in. That's very pretty. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hard to tell because my face is already quite luminous, but it definitely does add something to it. I might pop, and I know this is like a bit sort of against what we're doing, but I might just take a little bit of my Revolution IRL Filter Foundation and just like pop a very small amount, like, because this is a matte foundation. I don't really want this much glow going on. So I think I might just take a little bit of this and just pop it in places where I need a bit more coverage and a bit more matteness. And then, I've never actually applied this with my finger before, so let's see how it goes. Like, I obviously don't want to cover all of the like blush and stuff that we've got on, but I just really need a bit more coverage and a bit more like just matteness. I am sorry if you wanted to see a full-on wear test of just that glow tinted moisturizer. I just don't think that I can do it, because like to have to go outside, I don't think that I can go outside looking that like oily. Like I don't think that I can do that, so I do apologize for that. But like it almost makes like a good primer, because like you can still see the luminosity like in my skin, like underneath. Okay, it's not like all of the luminosity's gone and it's just matte now. So I do think that this could make a good primer. I mean, it did feel a bit like greasy, oily kind of. Like on my skin, I can kind of feel it feeling a bit like that. But so now I'm just gonna like set my face and that. I don't really have any other new products to try, I don't think. So we're just gonna finish off the rest of my face. Maybe I'll even like speed through it so that we have somewhat of a little shorter video today. Let me know what you guys prefer. Do you prefer like the long videos where like I talk to you through every step of my makeup and they're like 30-40 minutes long, or do you prefer it when I just speak about like what I'm using and then I sort of like speed through the rest of it? Let me know what you guys prefer. Like I'll still show it. I know sometimes I really don't like it when people like they'll say, oh, I'm gonna go do my eyeshadow now, and then they don't even show it on camera. So just let me know what you guys like in terms of that. I'm just gonna take my little blush brush just to re-intensify this bit. I do actually prefer this blush a lot more now that I have more coverage on my skin. Like it actually looks intentional, like I've put it there. So yeah, I do actually quite like this blush. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna do some bits to my makeup. I'll probably like set my face, bronze, do my eyebrows, and that'll honestly probably be about it, because we've got like the blusher and the highlighter here. We've got the eyeshadow palette that we've got to do, and then something to lips. So yeah, BRB. I thought I'd show you this quickly as well, actually, because this is a bronzer from Body Collection. This is like my holy grail. This one is in the shade light to medium, and it's just like a matte bronzer. It's just such a good like color, but like it's not too pigmented to the point where you're like, holy fucking shit, I've got mud on my face. It's just like a nice amount of pigments where it sort of like warms you up and gives you a bit of definition, but like it's not over the top. Like this is the difference. Like this side just looks more like plain and flat, this side looks more three-dimensional. I just thought I'd like show you that and like shout it out to you, obviously, because we're using all other Body Collection products. So So yeah. Okay, so now that my face is done, I'm gonna add a little bit more blush over the top just to sort of like re-intensify it. This time I'm going to take it on my sponge because I feel like that just works better over powder. So I'm going to just pounce this on a little over here and see if it does anything, see if it like disturbs my makeup underneath, which I feel like it is. I feel like it's removing makeup like right here. I mean, I do have powder on, so like it doesn't matter if it doesn't really work. I just like to do this a lot of times with my cream blushes just because I feel like it adds a bit more like luminosity to the skin without like shimmer. Anyway, so for bottom, I think I'm going to take the peach to start off with. I really like this shade. I'm going to take a bit of that khaki shade and just sort of put that quite close to here. Okay, then I'm thinking, what should we do about shimmers? So, I mean, we have this obvious highlight shade here, which I'll pop on my brow just to see. Ooh, you are pigmented and pretty, my friend. I do think I probably will put that on the inner corner as well, just because I really like a bright inner corner. I'm thinking the gold. I think I'm going to use this gold. We haven't used that yet. I'm just going to like work that under here. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Okay, then down here we're gonna transition, I think, into this one. I'm gonna use this one in the middle. Wow, wow, very pretty. Okay, and then out here I'm gonna take this one. So we're using quite a lot of different shades for down here. That's gonna be right out here because it's very dark. Right, let's do some lips. And then I'm going to finish off my eyes with some mascara. And I'm going to see where we're at. So actually, let me do my lips and the mascara really quickly. And then I'll come back, show you the finished look. And then we'll do a wear test. And I'll probably still be annoyed at this green shadow at the end of the day, because the creasing is annoying me. But yeah, I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so this is my finished look, trying some new bits from Body Collection and just some old bits that I had. So yeah, this is what I came up with. I actually ended up setting this cream. I just grabbed a little bit of this shadow on my finger and just like patted over it to try and set it down, and it hasn't creased since then. So everyone cross your fingers that it doesn't keep creasing. But yeah, just to remind you, primer side, no primer side. How is it already mascara down here? So I've been having trouble recently, and I really don't know why, but makeup has not been sticking like right here in this one spot. It keeps like going funny no matter what products I'm using. I have no idea what that is or why it's doing it, but yeah, so if you see any weirdness down here, that isn't like the foundation's fault or anything. It's just been happening recently and I really don't know why. Okay, but yeah, anyway, this is my look. The time now is 6 p.m. I don't know how long I'm going to wear this for. I don't really know how long I'm going to be awake for today. But I'll try and do a little wear test for you all. Let me know what you guys think of this. Like, I really, really like the eyes. Like, if this wasn't creasing, I would really love this eye look. But I guess I'll let you know my final thoughts later today, because things could very drastically change. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, it has been a while. I think I finished filming my video at like 6 p.m. and I was filming for almost 2 hours. So I started putting this makeup on at 4 p.m. It is now 20 to 3 in the morning. So we're talking 10 plus hours of wear, and I have some thoughts. So the thing that is the most obvious is obviously the fact that I've got smudges all down here. I don't know if that's the mascara or if it's the actual eyeshadow. It kind of looks green like the eyeshadow, but I'm not sure why that would have happened. But the actual eyeshadow itself, it still looks really good. It's definitely creased a little bit in this green part like I was worried about, but it still looks really good. The base. So that Tinted Moisturizer thing is just a big no from me. My face all day has just felt so like oily and greasy, and I've just been like a slick all day. Like it has just been very uncomfortable, and like my face doesn't look too bad now. Like it doesn't look like dry, but I have texture. Just to remind you as well, this was the side with the primer, this was the side without the primer, so I have like some texture and bits. But yeah, it's just the tinted moisturizer thing is just a no for me. Just like the way it feels, the way it like wears on my skin, I'm not a fan. Like it's worn off like here. I did actually have to apply a little bit of concealer earlier because when I was going to take the dogs out, I noticed I had a big chunk of makeup missing from here and also here. I don't know why. But anyway, that's it from me. I'm gonna go to bed. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment if you liked it or whatever, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.